Alright guys, back on the Z125. It's been a while, so I might be rusty. This is my first wheelie right here. Maybe in like 2 weeks. Oh yeah, we still got it. But yeah guys, in this video I'm going to talk a little bit why I got the Z125 over the Grom. Even though I am a big Honda guy, like you guys should know that by now, I love my Hondas. I even drive a Honda Civic, I love them. But there's a few things that drew me to this bike over the Grom, and that's what I'm going to be going over. For starters, I mean, this might be an opinion, but I think the Z125 looks better than the Grom, especially the newer gen. If we're talking the newest Grom, I really don't like the design of that bike. Like, come on guys, the look of the Z is just so much better than the Grom. It just is what it is. But I'm not really gonna make that a reason why, because that's kind of like an opinion. So I'm gonna start out with reason number one why I got the Z125 over the Grom is because the clutch is more aggressive than the Grom from the factory. Now, I know you can change it and get like a more aggressive clutch for the Grom. You can get a more aggressive clutch for the Grom, but even with that, the install is just more difficult on the Grom than it is the Z125. Something with the bolt patterns and the way you do it, if you don't torque it down properly, your clutch is just not going to engage, or it's going to be engaged all the time. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I've heard weird stories about it. Installing the clutch on the Grom is just a little bit different than the Z. The Z is just easier and works better. And when I used to have a Z125, the older one, I used to have the Till one, and I changed the clutch out on it and I did it perfectly fine. So yeah, that gives me a lot of confidence on this bike. And that's another reason why I went with this bike than the Grom, is because I've already had this bike. So I'm already familiar with it. I know it's reliable, I know it's good. It works perfectly fine. I have no issues with it. So yeah, I went ahead and went with it again. But yeah guys, I'm running stock clutch right now. I mean, obviously not the lever, but that has nothing to do with the way it bites. So the stock clutch is perfectly fine. And that's second gear. I am geared down a little bit. I got a 32 tooth in the back instead of a 30, but I can still do second gear wheelies on stock gearing. So yeah guys, that's reason number one why I got the Z125, because the clutch is just better on the Z125 in every way. Alright, reason number two why I got the Z125 over the Grom is because the oil pickup mod that you have to do on the Grom is just annoying. I don't want to have to deal with that. And you hear horror stories of people blowing their Groms all the time because they starve the top end of oil. But the Z125 does not have that issue. With the Z125, you still get to keep your oil filter and it pumps oil to the top. You don't have no issues there. You don't have to do no modifications. It's good straight from the factory. And that's just something I don't want to deal with. I love Hondas to death. I know they're super reliable, but that is just a huge issue for wheelies. So I just think this is the better option when it comes to stunt riding, because I don't want a chance on blowing it, because you spend a lot of money on these things. These things are really pricey for what they are. For a little 125cc bike, this is super pricey. I could have got something. I could have got a big bike for the price of this thing. So it may be fun like a toy, but the price of it kind of isn't. But yeah, that's just something I really hate about the Groms. Like, I don't want to run that risk of blowing an engine because oil starvation. So the Z's got it there. Also, the Groms run oil screens instead of like whole oil filters, so it also doesn't filter the engine nearly as good. And when you put that oil pump mod in your Grom, you get rid of that filter. So then your oil doesn't get filtered at all. So I don't know, to me it just doesn't sound good. The Z125 definitely beats the Grom in that aspect. And honestly guys, those two reasons right there are honestly the biggest reasons why I got the Z125 over the Grom. But this bike isn't too far off from a Grom. Like, it pretty much is the same bike, it just has those minor differences. And for anybody that thinks the Groms have more mods to them in 2024, I mean, that's just completely wrong. These have the exact same mods as the Grom. It has plenty. You can get all the stunt parts you need for it. I got the rear sets in, I just need to put them on. I got the Z&Z rear sets, so these will be gone here shortly, and I'll finally have some rear sets on, and this stunt build will just about be done. After I get the handbrake, it'll be complete. But yeah, it has all the mods for it. It does everything the Grom can do. Also, I like the display of the Z125 a lot better. Like, I like this analog style, like your classic race car RPM gauge. I just am not a fan of that digital look. And not only that, but you also get a gear indicator, and you don't get that with the Grom. Well, I guess the new Groms have it, but if we're talking about like the SF Grom, like the Grom that most people know, it doesn't have one, so that's another plus to this bike. But yeah guys, that's pretty much all I can think of right now when it comes to the reasons why I got this bike. Also, I feel like you can find these for a little bit cheaper than Groms. So that's another, oh, I got so low in the RPMs. But yeah, that's another good thing about the Zs is you can find better deals on them and more of them, I feel like, at least in my area. Like, you can get these for like $2,500 pretty easy. But yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video and maybe it helps you decide what bike you want to get, because I know it's a tough decision if you can't really test ride them both. So I know I always watch a bunch of videos before I go buy a bike, so hey guys, when I get a handbrake, I'll be doing a lot more stand-up style wheelies and stuff like that. Maybe trying combos, maybe scrape, like a stand-up scrape or something like that. But for right now, I'm just sticking to sit-downs and knee knockers and just trying to get the feel of the bike the best I can. And we'll save up and get the handbrake put on. I didn't use rear brake until that last second right there. All that was engine braking. Oh shit. Yeah guys, had to drop that wheelie because that was a sheriff that just came in and I dropped it ASAP. I guess he didn't care, he didn't light it up. I kind of like waved them again like the 2 fingers, you know. But yeah, I just went ahead and dipped out of there, played it safe. But yeah guys, that's a big problem I have in this area is I have nowhere to wheelie, nowhere to practice, because that's literally the only spot I have is right there. And people love to come there, cops will come there. I don't know, it's just too hard to stunt ride around here. I'm deep in the mountains, so it's nothing but twisties. I mean, it's fun for that, but it's terrible for wheelies, terrible for stunt riding. Alright guys, I'm gonna close the video out right here. I thought I'd come to a chill spot to do it. This is my second location I'll come to when I can't wheelie at the other spot that I was just at. Although this is a temporary spot, they're definitely going to be building houses here or apartments really soon. But I still use it. It's not nearly as good as the other spot because the road loves the lean and stuff, but it's still doable. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said before, hopefully it helps you pick what bike you want, either the Z125 or the Grom. Either way, you're going to have fun. They're both great bikes. I'll be making more videos like this in the future, like maybe like 5 reasons why I love the Z125 and like things I hate about the Z125, things it's good at, things it's bad at, just a bunch of review type videos I'm gonna be coming out with. So this video isn't to say the Z125 is better or the Grom's better. This isn't that at all. This is just a video explaining why I chose the Z125 over the Grom. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Until the next one guys, peace.